Hello everyone, thank you for listening and watching. My name is Nefertiti and you can find my information in the description box below. In this video, I'm going to talk about Saturn square Uranus, and I'm going to provide you with 3 energy readings for you to choose from intuitively. These are general readings, so take what resonates and leave the rest. And I would encourage you to pause the video and take a look at the symbolism prior to choosing your reading, and you can choose more than one. So let's get into the astrology. Saturn in Aquarius is square to Uranus in Taurus all of 2021. This is a major astrological transit that takes place about every 22 years. I think of Saturn and Uranus like this. If Uranus is the lightning strike, Saturn is the ground, the structure that the lightning hits. We had the first Saturn square Uranus transit go exact in January. The second one was on June 14th, earlier this week, and then we have our final one in December. Saturn square Uranus speaks to the push and pull between freedom and responsibility. This transit makes us aware of those inner and outer things in our lives that are unstable, thus being sources of stress, anxiety, and tension for us, as well as creating blocks and obstacles in our life. Saturn square Uranus is about learning to adapt to the sudden changes that occur, the things that are beyond our control, the things that set change in motion, because change takes time, but the initial, upheaval or the initial awareness is immediate. With Saturn square Uranus, we're learning to be flexible, patient, and to focus on one thing at a time. Trying to force anything to happen will be a complete waste of time and energy. It's best to do what you feel you are guided to do and stay detached from outcomes. So you guys hear me talk a lot about self-actualization, right? Being independent of the good opinion of others, having no investment and power over others, and being detached from outcomes. This will be very helpful to remember as we continue through the rest of 2021. Uranus always offers us bursts of inspiration, though, and breakthroughs that we can act on immediately. Take those first action steps, which again means being flexible and doing the best that you can with what you have. I feel like Saturn square Uranus is kind of a lingering transit. Like the initial shift happens, of course, the upheaval, the aha moment, the awakening, the crisis even. I feel like with Saturn square Uranus, though, this is definitely the universe getting involved, right? I feel like we're made aware of the adjustments that we need to make, and then it's up to us to do it. It's up to us to put in the effort. Saturn, Uranus makes us aware. And if we don't make the changes, if we are quote unquote disobedient, don't trust our intuition, then the universe will create situations in our lives where we're forced to deal with certain aspects of ourselves. And remember that the inner creates the outer. So even if the outer circumstances are chaotic, remember that it's what's going on inside of you that attracted these situations to you in the first place. But ultimately, everything is for our highest good and learning. So working with Saturn square Uranus, again, be flexible, be willing to go with the flow, be willing to make the changes that you need to make, and trust that everything will be provided for you. You will have a structure, Saturn, that you can follow, a new structure, right? Whatever you are making changes to, whatever you're making adjustments to, this is going to involve some innovation, thinking outside of the box or getting rid of the box completely, right? At the time of me making this video, we're just kind of coming out of a world health crisis, the pandemic, and people are having to definitely rebuild. This was a shock for everyone, right? The world literally closing down. And now we're all kind of in the beginning stages in some area of our life, or maybe multiple areas of our life, where we're stepping into new territory. We're, again, rebuilding, trying to figure things out, trying to put it all back together. So allow Saturn, Uranus to help you with these puzzle pieces, and remember to do one thing at a time. I hope this was helpful for you. Now we'll get into the energy readings. Again, I would encourage you to pause the video and take a look at the symbolism and see which message or messages resonate with you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy. Have a wonderful Saturn square Uranus. Namaste. Hello, group number one, those of you drawn to the Merlinite. Merlinite is a powerful third eye and crown chakra stone of magic, mediumship. Merlinite is great for developing your automatic writing skills. It also increases your awareness of the synchronicity and flow that is always around you. Merlinite is a great stone for connecting to the elementals, such as mermaids, as well as other beings in higher frequencies. I feel like with this group, you're definitely awakening to a new level of awareness, and you're just starting to, I don't want to say pay attention, but you're starting to notice, if you will, more of the subtle energies, the beings that exist all around us. They're just in another dimension. Merlinite is a great stone for connecting to these guides, to this spirit team that's trying to build around you so that you can fulfill your purpose. Merlinite is also a stone that helps you to understand the reason for dark nights of the soul, which can amplify the discontent and disharmony in our lives for a short time. Everything kind of seems to get worse for a while when you're going through major shifts and transformations. Remember that our souls exist in 5D and beyond, but we are still here, actualized and materialized in this third dimension, with all of its duality, all of its challenges, problems, obstacles, all of these opportunities for growth, all of these opportunities to explore our emotions, because our emotions are so important. It always amazes me how easy it is for us to suppress our emotions, just stuff them down. And we know that suppression leads to depression. So I find that really interesting that us human beings are able to do that. I feel like we're the only species that's able to suppress emotion. Interesting. Merlinite is a great stone as well for accessing your Akashic records to look for something specific. So if you are dealing with some sort of repeating pattern in your life, perhaps exploring your past lives, or again, looking into your Akashic records could provide you with some information that would be beneficial for you now. Let's move on to the affirmations to work with. I trust the process of life. All is well and I am safe. Everything that I need to know is revealed to me. So I definitely feel like this group may be experiencing a dark night of the soul. Perhaps you're right in the thick of a crisis. I'm hearing that song that's been playing on TikTok. Into the thick of it. I'm so sick of that song. But that's what I'm hearing in my head right now. Let's move on to the Oracle and Tarot cards. And from the Mermaids, Go With The Flow is coming out. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Contentment in reverse. Another song that's coming to my mind is from one of my favorite movies, The Labyrinth. David Bowie, the song he sung in the very beginning when he said, life could be easy. It's not always swell. Don't tell me truth hurts, little girl, because it hurts like hell. Right? The truth hurts when you first get it, right? Especially if it's something that you've been denying, been suppressing. As Gloria Steinem said, the truth will set you free, but first it'll piss you off. These two cards speak to divine discontent. One of the positives of a dark night of the soul is that we learn to do things differently. And Saturn square Uranus could definitely be triggering dark nights of the soul, spiritual depression, divine discontent. We can only clear things and heal things that we are aware of. The mermaids are saying that the first step to healing and releasing the past is to accept it for what it was, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Shift your perception about the past and accept the lessons only. Again, that's easier said than done. And there is no deadline to healing, to ascension. However, your vibration will determine what you attract. So be consistent with your healing at least. The mermaids are saying that you have a choice. Do you want to be the mermaid that's upside down on her ass? Or do you want to be the one that's smiling and moving with the current? The choice is yours. Let's move on to the spirit animal, and Cobra is showing up. Cobra speaks to massive transformation. Cobras are the most deadly of the venomous snakes and are extra sensitive to their surroundings and strike when they feel threatened. So this is definitely an indication that you need to protect your boundaries. When we're going through awakenings, transformations, we're definitely more energetically vulnerable. For some of you, Cobra could be the Egyptian deity Wajet showing up for you. She protects new mothers or anyone that's being reborn, right? Cobra helps you to act quickly on messages and synchronicities. Another thing that happens when we go through transformation is that we lose things. We shed old skin, and this could be a painful process, but this is how we get to our truth, the real us. Cobra says to keep going, protect your energy, and to trust this transformation. Let's move on to the angel number, and 414 is showing up. This is a number about working smarter, not harder. Perhaps some of you are discontent with your work life, your relationships. Generally speaking, when awakening and transformation happens, you realize you're dissatisfied with everything. But 414 is showing up as a support number from your spirit team, that they're helping you to create a new flow in your day, thus creating a new flow in your life. Number 414 confirms that you are receiving precise guidance from your spirit team in regards to the changes and adjustments that you need to make. Pay attention to the synchronicities, the intuitive, repetitive thoughts that you have. Remember that Uranus, even when it's in a square aspect, will still give you bursts of inspiration and insight, those aha moments. Dreams, your dreams could be providing you with answers to your prayers. Angel number 414 showing up on repeat is a reminder that your positive thoughts will create a positive life, no matter what is going on before you. Whatever's occurring in your life right now is only the residual of the thoughts that you have thought before, previously. So you can make the shift now, right? Uranus is about making those in the now shifts. So start to change your thinking and watch your life change for the better. I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I look forward to speaking to you again really soon. Have a wonderful day. Namaste. Hello, group number 2. Those of you drawn to the black tourmaline. Right off the bat, I feel a real heaviness with this group. I felt it especially when I was shuffling the cards. And there's always a lot of denser energy when so many animals show up in a reading. So black tourmaline is a root chakra stone of grounding and protection, especially against energy vampires, which I feel like many of you in this group have a lot of these types of people around you. Sometimes I will even carry moldavite with black tourmaline if I feel like I need a lot of protection, if there's a lot of energies around me, if I'm going to an outdoor event, concert, or if I feel like I'm going somewhere where the people are just in a lower vibration, I will definitely have extra protection. Black tourmaline purifies and transmutes negative energy, or like the wolf card says, turns knowledge into wisdom. And like wolves too, black tourmaline will boost your sense of smell, so you can sniff out the spiders and the lizards in your world. I feel like everyone should have black tourmaline. When you're going through a particularly rough time, I suggest that you even get a black tourmaline bracelet and wear it at all times, even in the shower, because the water will clear out the negative energy every day as you're bathing yourself. Black tourmaline will also help you to identify the root causes of your issues. And black tourmaline will help you to stay positive even when you're right in the thick of it, right in the middle of your issues, right in the middle of the darkness. Some affirmations you can work with. I am willing to change. No person, place, or thing has any power over me. I honor myself. Let's move on to the Oracle and Tarot cards. And from the spirit animals, Lizard is coming out, and at the bottom of the deck, Wolf reversed. So these don't feel like very positive energies here. Wolf reverse indicates deception or literally being haunted or stalked by your own fears, by your own negativity. It could be that another person is crossing your energetic boundaries, though. I feel that is definitely true for some people. And you might just want to escape the torment as opposed to confront the person. In the wild, wolves are not very confrontational animals, but if you bring the fight to them, they will fight. Remember that people only do what you allow them to. It's important too not to give people too much credit because the vast majority of the world is still under a spell, being manipulated by negative energies and entities and rejecting their own shadow, which they try to project out to people because it's not like love. And remember that love will try to dispel anything that's unlike itself, especially when you're trying to raise in vibration. And what you give out comes back to you. So you see that it's always the inner world. Wolf coming out with the tarantula here definitely indicates a need for some deep shadow work. There's some secrets, some traps, again, energy vampires around you that could be a threat to your well-being, but they're only attracted to you based on what's inside of you. Lizard is here reminding you to stop arguing for your limitations and just act when you get intuitive nudges. Take any opportunities, Uranus, to make changes to any behaviors or actions that are creating blocks for you. Saturn. The universe maybe had to make you uncomfortable so that you could move, literally or metaphorically. Perhaps you do need to literally change your environment, your work environment, your relationships, your living situation. Lizard and Wolf are reminders that fear is an illusion. But like all dreams, illusions do need interpretation for understanding and understanding. Let's move on to the spirit animal, and tarantula is showing up. Ugh. Believe it or not, tarantula has more positive meanings than the actual spider totem, but tarantula helps you with integration. Despite how things may look now, tarantula reminds you that the universe is working behind the scenes on your behalf. Just keep moving forward. Again, when you raise in frequency, relationships of all kind will end. This may not sit well with people, right? It could make them uncomfortable. Tarantula is used to making people uncomfortable and asks you to be okay with whatever reaction people have to you. I'm reminded of a quote from Tupac, right? Just because you're not my friend anymore doesn't mean that you're my enemy. I still want to see you eat, just not at my table, right? Like the wolf reverse, tarantula is also reminding you that things had to work this way. Again, the universe maybe had to make you uncomfortable so that you could understand and gain the wisdom that you needed to gain. A lot of times we look back at events and experiences and it's like, man, what if I would have done this differently? Or what if I would have done that differently? Tarantula says everything happened the way that it should have happened so that you can be where you are today. So accept that and move forward with your life. Let's move on to the angel number, and 806 is showing up. This is a personal power number. 806 shows up, your spirit team is giving you courage to face your fears. If you want peace, if you want solutions, it is up to you. Number 806 is also a material loss number. But again, this is based on your thinking. What you put out in the universe comes back to you. So if you believe you're going to lose a house, if you believe you're going to lose your friends, if you believe you're going to lose your home, your sanity, your peace, then that is what will happen unless you shift your thinking. With the Saturn-Uranus square, it is time to release what no longer serves us. It's time to release the old, the outworn, the outdated. 806 encourages you to stay focused on your spiritual path because this is a positive focal point for you, as opposed to looking at your problems, as opposed to, staying attached to things that you know are no longer good for you, that you know cannot continue on this path with you. Number 806 is also a reminder that challenges appear in our lives as part of our Earth School curriculum. Sometimes that learning curve is steep, though, and hard, but the universe will never give you more than you can handle, period. All right? So I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I look forward to speaking to you again really, really soon. Have a wonderful day. Namaste. Hello, group number 3, those of you drawn to the ruby. Ruby is a powerful and healing root chakra stone that boosts energy and fertility. I should know I was wearing a ruby the night I conceived my son at 38. Anyways, ruby is also a psychic protection stone. It helps you to concentrate when life gets crazy. Ruby is a great crystal for conflict resolution and bringing up negative energy for transmutation. So I feel like some of you in this group might be coming out of a toxic relationship or perhaps a toxic relationship cycle where perhaps there was a lot of verbal abuse. Maybe you were told that you were ugly or overweight. This could have been happening since you were a child, and maybe that subconscious programming caused you to attract other people into your life as an adult that would treat you the same way. Ruby will help you to heal the hurt associated with these memories so that you can clear these energies out. Ruby is a great stone for replenishing your vitality, and it'll help you to get a good night's sleep, help you to get rest. Sometimes when you're going through chaotic situations, you might sleep, but you don't feel like you got rest, right? Like the New Beginnings and the Love Begins card here, Ruby helps you to follow your bliss by pouring love back into yourself. It's good to remember that you are the source of your own love. I feel really led to tell this group that you should create a sacred space for yourself. Wherever you're living, create an area in your home where you can go and meditate and pray and to connect to yourself. This doesn't have to be elaborate. It could be, right? You could have a really nice big altar, or it could be just a corner in your closet, or perhaps an area that you just designate as your peace spot, as a place where you're going to go and sit and be with yourself so that you can build this self-love up, so that you have your own reservoir to collect from. I hope that was a good analogy. Let's move on to the affirmations to work with. I am open and receptive to love. The past has no power over me. I allow myself to heal and move forward. Saturn is very much connected to the past, so it could be that this Saturn-Uranus square is making you aware that the issues that you're currently experiencing are connected to past memories, right? Or even past life memories. But it's time for you to clear these energies out so that you can move forward. Let's move on to the Oracle and Tarot cards. And from the Psychic Tarot, New Beginnings is out, which is the Fool card, Major Arcana. And at the bottom is Love Begins, Ace of Cups. I'm reminded of that song from Coldplay, Fix You. I reference that song a lot. I feel like it's a really spiritual song. But in the beginning, he says, when you try your best but you don't succeed, when you get what you want but not what you need, when you feel so tired but you can't sleep, stuck in reverse, right? And the tears come streaming down your face when you lose someone or something you can't replace, when you love someone but it goes to waste. Could it be worse? And then the song goes on and says, lights will guide you home, right? Intimate relationships tend to be our best teachers here on Earth School. These two cards coming out indicate that perhaps some of you are wanting to manifest a solid romantic relationship. Maybe you've dated a lot of reckless people, a lot of fools, but this ultimately led to your transformation and awakening. With Saturn Uranus, it could be that your current relationship is on the rocks and you are in the process of completing it. Or maybe it came to an abrupt end. When we get guidance to do something and we don't, the universe comes in and allows those tower moments to happen, but it's only for our highest good. One of my pastors used to say, God will give you his word 2, 3, or 4 times. And if you don't listen, he will come in and touch your circumstances. So we always have opportunities to change. Let's move on to the spirit animal, and red panda is showing up. Red panda is a spirit animal that helps you with self-reliance, like the Fool card. It's a support animal that reminds you, again, that no person, place, or thing has any power over you. You are in charge of your life and energy. Red panda reminds you to not allow others to take your kindness for weakness. In other words, do no harm, but take no shit. Red panda also shows up if you're living an unhealthy lifestyle and you know it. Perhaps you're in a relationship that caused you to be unhealthy. That happens. Red panda could show up as confirmation that you need to take better care of yourself on all levels. Like Ruby, red panda shows you how to open your heart too. Open up your heart and energy again to others if you closed off due to heartbreak or abuse. Red panda says, step out, open up. Remember that you can't control anyone but yourself. So have the courage to face your fears, to open your heart again, and stay detached from outcomes. Let's move on to the angel number, and 513 is showing up. This number's been coming out a lot in the readings. It's a life improvement number. The Saturn-Uranus square is making you acutely aware of the things in your life that need to change. 513 showing up says that you can trust that the changes you are experiencing are for your highest good, even if they don't feel good, even if they're causing some anxiety, some apprehension. It could hurt to shed old aspects of yourself, even if holding on to them is hurting you. Remember that these changes are the answers to your prayers. And the Lord works in mysterious ways. 513, like the Fool card here, says that the God will never close a door without opening up a window. And in this case, that door is closing behind you so that you can step into a whole new world of love, of connection, of the universe pouring blessings into you. So take a chance. When 513 shows up, you will know what you need to do when you need to do it. Really in that moment, if 513 is showing up, you need to stop, take that holy pause and say to the universe or ask, what do I need to know? What do I need to see? What do I need to do? 513 is a message to stay brave and courageous as you go through these transformations. Remember that physical death is the worst thing that could happen to us in regards to the 3D, right? But you won't literally die, right? Your soul lives forever and you won't literally die. You're just making adjustments, making changes to your life that seem hard, seem challenging, seem daunting, but ultimately they're leading you to your highest good. All right? Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope this was helpful for you. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I look forward to speaking to you again really soon. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.